Welcome to the first episode of Silent Podcast, where four friends get together and talk about absolutely nothing of importance. To my right, I'm joined by the Golden Princess himself, Mike Isabel, better known as Izzy.
Princess, really?
You have the hair for a princess.
I concur.
Yeah, I agree.
To my left, I have the son of a legend, JoJo Porkins himself.
Stay on target.
And then to his left, the man that needs no introduction. So our first episode, we will be basically the way these work is we break them down. We have 4 different topics. We'll talk about them and discuss them. That's about it. I know I'm rambling on, but this is our first one. We don't really know what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, you want to start the first topic, Izzy?
Yeah, and how I thought we would be doing this and everything like that would be, like one person researches their topic or whatever and gets to surprise everybody.
Okay.
All right, so what's your topic?
All right, I actually came across on my Facebook feed the other day that there's a movie about the 90s console wars coming out.
Okay, let me stop you right there. Is this like Mario fighting Sonic, fighting Kratos, fighting Master Chief? Because if so, I'm on board.
Yeah, well,
I agree. That sounds amazing.
I would be totally on board for that as well, but no, it's about the rivalry between Nintendo and Sega in the mid to early 90s and everything like that.
Okay.
It's based off of a book by Blake Harris, and it's going to be done by Sony, and...
So Sony wins.
Yeah, Sony wins.
That does seem amazing.
Sony makes the movie, so wins.
And get this, Seth Rogen is actually working to write the script and everything.
And I'm assuming Spider-Man's going to be in there at some point, since Sony loves Spider-Man.
It's been known to look like Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
Well, and they're obsessed with making Spider-Man movies, so...
When I think of Spider-Man, I think of Seth Rogen, so they can really go hand in hand.
I hope he gains weight for the role of Spider-Man. Because he's lost a lot of weight. He doesn't look...
Yeah,
he wouldn't fit his heights as well.
He doesn't look how I want that Spider-Man to look.
Who's that guy from Community? He's also a rapper. His name is Childish Gambino. What is his name?
Donald Glover.
Donald Glover for Spider-Man.
There was
That's
talk of
going
him,
around.
and they're talking about Sony is leasing out Spider-Man to Marvel. Spider-Man's going to be in the new Marvel movies. Mm-hmm. And they're talking about doing the other Spider-Man,
Miles Morales.
I don't think they'll do that, but it would be an interesting take on it. But the problem is they want to do a 15-year-old. Well, Spider-Man dies in Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yeah,
Peter Parker and Miles Morales, this young black boy, becomes Spider-Man.
Half African, half Hispanic.
Oh, okay.
At least we won't have to get another Peter Parker origin story.
Donald Glover for Spider-Man is what I'm saying.
That would be awesome.
Bust out some raps in there.
But he has to be an older Miles Morales.
Yeah, all he can do. Yeah, because Sony wants to go with the high school age Spider-Man, so he does seem a bit older than what they're aiming for. But
I think in the comics he's supposed to be 8 years old, but they don't treat him like an 8-year-old.
Yeah,
which is
he's
weird.
I think he's
8-year-old flying around. My son would love that. See, Dad, he can do it. Why can't I go out there and fight that criminal?
But let's get back to the console war because
that's how we do it. We just ramble off.
Yeah, I have no idea what it's about. So it's like
okay, so yeah, you're a little bit too young to remember it, I'm sure, and you maybe.
There's only a couple years difference between the two of them.
Okay, so yeah. All right. Well, basically, back in the day, Nintendo and Sega. You had NES versus Genesis, right? Okay, so Nintendo would put out a commercial saying, "Oh, well, we've got all this or whatever," and then Sega comes back and is like, "Oh, well,
blast processing,"
and then Nintendo Power, and then Genesis does what Nintendo don't and stuff like that, and they're just basically going back and forth trying to win the audience for their console to push it and everything like that, but we all kind of know who won that.
Because essentially, they were the same console.
Yeah.
Not exactly.
No, there was a big difference.
No, there was a lot of difference because the NES and the Sega Master System, those were pretty similar.
So where did Sega go?
Sega went away.
Sega went away.
Yeah,
they made some
mistakes. Let's not talk about it. There's Sega went. They left.
With the Sega, they were good. The Sega Genesis was good, and then they came out with what was the next one that was really bad?
Sega CD.
The Sega CD was really bad. There was
the 32X. You turned your Sega Genesis into this Transformer like a rejected Transformer or something, you know.
Like a Betamax.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It was huge, hideous, and the games were crap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Except for Night Trap. Everyone loves that Night Trap.
Well, that's everyone. That's a big.
No. Everyone loves the Night Trap, okay?
I don't know what Night Trap is. I
Me
guess.
neither. So it's like not everyone likes.
Viewers, back me up here. Night Trap came with the Sega CD when you bought it.
It's one of those point and click.
It was a point-and-click adventure game where some robbers busted into a house of a lovely actress, and there was a very graphic rape scene in the Sega CD game.
I think I remember seeing this on the Angry Video Game Nerd.
I do not
And this
approve.
is,
Yes.
this is about where about the time that the
People in, like,
ESRB is
black
starting to come
trash
about
bags.
as
Correct.
well, because that's about a little bit after Mortal Kombat came about. So
Yeah, it caused, back when Washington went real heavy against the video games, that was one of the main things they brought up when they tried to outlaw the video.
So, the console war, is there like what why are we talking about it? What's the big deal?
They're
Well,
making a movie about it. It's
Okay.
a documentary, essentially.
All right.
You gotta remember, a lot of people died in the console war.
Wow.
On the front lines, it was terrible.
I can believe that if I wasn't an idiot.
Earthworm Jim did not make it out. He's still not here today. There has not been an Earthworm Jim game.
and Sonic's been
Since then.
like just
Sonic-
out of it since.
Yeah.
Sonic
so.
is there, but he's not the same, man.
No, he never came
He's
back.
got PTSD. He's using guns now. I mean, he used to not use guns. Now him and his buddy Knuckles are using guns in games. What? That's
you guys
serious
play
PTSD.
that old GameCube game where you can play as Sonic and
Or Shadow?
Shadow.
Shadow.
Where you have
Shadow
to
was
assassinate
cool.
the president.
Man,
Yes!
I have that game. As
That was
matter
my
of fact,
favorite
so.
as a kid.
How
I loved
nobody at Sega got arrested for that, I don't know. Like,
it. Yeah.
Well,
Secret
that's
Service
also-
bust in, you're making threats. You make a threat anywhere, even
It's
if you're
crazy.
joking. You know,
Well, it's
Secret-
also a different time, so.
Yeah.
But, you know, another interesting thing with the whole war is after Sega kind of, you know, Nintendo was like, all right, we're going to make our next big console.
The N64.
This was after the NES, the Super Nintendo. It was after the Super Nintendo as well. And that actually the PlayStation was what they were going to make.
Yeah.
The PlayStation was going to be the Nintendo thing. Then at the last minute, Nintendo said, no, we changed our mind. We don't want that. Sony bought it, put it out, and they put out the 64.
Wow.
So they really messed up there.
Yeah. So.
I mean, don't get me wrong, the
They
64
still
was
got-
amazing.
Yeah. I mean,
Had some great games, but the PlayStation, you know, first, you know.
but think about it. If Sony didn't buy that and Nintendo released it, we wouldn't have the Nintendo
Well,
64.
Nintendo was partnering with Sony.
yeah.
Yeah,
And
Nintendo
at
was
the
partnering
very-
with Sony for
they
this
were-
base
they were-
system that was going to be a Super Nintendo add-on. Is what it
Exactly.
was going to end up being ultimately.
And at the
I
last
like
Nintendo
them
moment,
said-
separate platforms, though. I think
Yeah.
it just opens up the world of.
Well, with
Yeah.
Sega dying
Yeah.
out, too, there was no competition. They really made the mistake. If they hadn't said, okay, we're not going to use yours, there still wouldn't have been any competition. They could have built their strength even more. But,
oh,
then,
don't
but now you have the
forget,
PlayStation on there. Microsoft wasn't there with the Xbox quite yet.
Don't forget the Dreamcast though.
That was what killed.
That's what killed
That's what
Sega.
That
killed
was
Sega,
that was
yeah.
its dying breath. There was no competition at that point.
Oh
They were
man,
already
that
down.
Dreamcast controller with the awesome video
The-
memory
the-
card.
the
that go-
VMU?
Oh, the VMU. What a great day that was.
The only game I ever played on the Dreamcast was Soul Calibur, and that was a good game. But I played that because of Soul Blade.
Yeah. I played
was a
like
good game.
Tony Hawk
Yeah.
and one of the Sonic games on there, and I was just very disappointed.
I still have my original CD for Soul Edge, I think is what they called it on the PlayStation. I think the arcade was Soul Blade. I could have that backwards, but I still have that. And if you have the original Japanese version, it's worth like maybe a couple $1,000s, I think.
Oh wow.
It's worth quite a bit 'cause
I
it's hard to
believe it.
find.
I don't look that stuff up, so I believe it.
Yeah. Well,
You believe
I sit at
anything,
work
man.
and
Yeah,
I sit at work and it can be slow, and I sit in front of a computer, so sometimes I just Wikipedia everything.
Yeah.
And I've got apps on my phone for whenever I go out and about hunting.
So I mean, I don't really have any more questions about it. I guess I'm pretty excited about it now. I think I'll look it up now.
I don't know how. I don't
watch
think
it.
I'll watch it honestly.
I might.
Well, I'm gonna
I might read about it, but I don't think I can sit there through an hour or so.
Well, I'm uneducated enough to be
I might.
interested in it.
Well, I mean,
to know.
console wars and dick and fart jokes, you know. So
How far does it go? How far into the console war does it go? Does it go up to present day?
I think it's just covering that one specific.
So it's just
time frame.
about Sega Nintendo. So Sony's
Yeah.
basically going to talk about Sega Nintendo. And I bet it'll end with, and then in the end, Nintendo made the mistake by not taking our console, and then we took over. You know, like they come out of nowhere with the PlayStation 1
And
and
they just
wipe them both
I'll look
out.
that up.
climbing out.
I don't
They'll
know,
make something
Nintendo was
good.
still really strong all the way up until, even with the GameCube, and then they just kind of.
Well, you can't say
Slowly.
that because
No.
the Wii
Yeah,
sold
the
more
Wii's
consoles than
huge.
anything.
Yeah, the Wii is the number one selling console.
Maybe in
of
your
all
mind,
time.
the
I'm just
Cube
saying
is-
that they've alienated themselves from a lot of
And
gamers
hey,
with their.
we get one
Yeah.
Mario game every couple of years. You get a Zelda game every couple of years.
Yeah.
What else
a
could
little
you
longer
want?
every
You can,
couple
but you
years.
get 4 or 5 good games on a console. That justifies
Smash
Yeah,
$400.
Smash Brothers, yeah. I mean, that's a great example of, they're still in it.
I'm excited
Yeah.
about Mario Party 10.
Oh man.
Who isn't?
It comes out next month, I think.
Oh yeah.
I don't know the date.
We're gonna have to get that.
So
for
Mar-
the other-
Mar-
Oh, I've already
End of March, probably.
It's end of March. That
Yeah.
and yeah.